5 months to change my life. The 2-month update. Or are we getting anywhere? I will break down the sections because I was working on 4 sections in just a second. But I do also have to add straight away, I was sick for half of September. Like I wasn't at work, I wasn't doing anything for 2 weeks. And yes, that definitely shows in how much progress I've made too. But also my body just needed to take the rest and fully recover. So if I hadn't gotten sick, I probably could have done a lot more. But I did get sick, so here we are. I've still made some progress. Let's see what that is. The first one that I wanted to work on was my social media habit/addiction. My goal originally was to have like 3 to 4 social media check-ins every day, like in the morning before I go to work and in the afternoon, evening, and possibly before I go to bed. And to have one like 20-minute doom scroll that I can do each day, which will probably usually be after work. How much have I stuck to that? In the 2 weeks where I was sick, I definitely spent more time than that on my phone. I mean, I was watching a lot of movies and series, but also I was spending a good bit of time on my phone, and I definitely did not meet those goals. Ever since that, so that was about 2 weeks ago, that I started getting better, and I have been mostly recovered for the past 2 weeks. And I have definitely tried my best to focus on doing that. Have I managed to achieve that every single day? No. Have there been multiple days each week where I have done this? Yes. Yes. I'm so happy about that. Also, I have spent a lot less time watching things on Netflix and YouTube, so I am really proud of that too. I do still like watching some stuff on YouTube and Netflix. It's nice, and sometimes I like playing it in the background because I find that comforting. But I have tried to reduce it, and I feel like that's going pretty well. It's going pretty well. Of course, on the weekends I might spend a little more time like watching an entire movie and perhaps an episode of a series that I'm currently watching, but I think it's going pretty well. I think this one, I wouldn't say I've broken the habit and I have gotten to the point yet where I want to be, but I'm definitely a lot closer than what I was before I started this entire Changing My Life series. Point number 2 that I wanted to work on in this 5-month challenge was my disconnectedness and how lonely I sometimes feel in the city. Of course, only having half a month where you work towards feeling less disconnected changes things. But I feel like I did manage to work on it a little bit. I had my first book club meeting. I was at a book club meeting and it was really fun. I had a really good time. We talked about the book we'd all read for 1.5 hours, and there were people from there were women from all ages there, and it was really nice. I am going back to this book club because I really enjoyed myself. So that is something I will probably be doing once a month, almost every single month. They do have 2 breaks each year where they have a month where I don't read something, and obviously if there's a book I really don't want to read, I'm also not going. But I feel like this is an easy way to feel a little bit of connectedness and to combine it with something that I really enjoy. I will keep looking for other things to do and for other places to meet people, but I feel like this is a start and we're getting somewhere, even if it's just in little steps, because right now it is little steps. Concerning performance, which is the third subject or overarching topic that I wanted to focus on in these 5 months, I was out completely for 2 weeks, and even after that, it took a while for my voice to be mostly back to normal. It is back to normal now, except that I feel like I'm lacking a little bit of endurance right now, especially in the higher areas. I need to get that back, but we're almost there again. The one thing I've realized over the last few weeks is I want to perform, but the city that I live in gives very, very few performance opportunities for people who are not already established performers with a band and in specific genres. I wanted to take every opportunity to perform that I could this year. And I have written to different venues. Almost none of them have responded back. And the one that did respond back, the person I communicated with ended up being really shady. So that didn't happen. I guess I have to make my own performance opportunities. So, what are we going to do? How are we going to do this? We are going to do this by busking. I already did that like once or twice last year, but I need to get back into it. So I have prepped, or I've started prepping a little kind of set list, because I can't just go there and play like 2 songs and then go away again. That's not how I would like to do it, because it is a little bit of a hassle to drag the guitar all over town. What I am starting out with is, once I have learned the 6 songs that I plan to do, like 6 or 7, I will start busking as often as I can, and I will continue to learn, because I would continue to learn more songs, because I would preferably have more like a 10 to 15 song set eventually, but if I don't at the beginning, like, no big deal. So I am foreseeing that it probably won't happen next week, but the week after, it's definitely a possibility. So that's when we're gonna do some busking. That's when we're gonna start some busking. The options to do busking especially in December, will be very limited, and in parts of November too, because that's when parts of the city shut down for Christmas market, especially the good busking spots. So I will have to try and squeeze as many busking sessions in over the next few weeks until like the middle of November. That will happen. We will perform. People will see us. I have been performing and doing TikTok lives for a very long time now, steadily for well over a year, but it's not enough, I think. I could do more, and it would help me. So that's what we're gonna do. What I plan to do is have half of the songs be really popular songs that a lot of people will know, and the other half be my songs that maybe 1 or 2 people that walk past me might know and might recognize, because I do have a few listeners in my city. But yeah, most people will not know them. Maybe some will ask, maybe some will try to find me on like Spotify, YouTube. I'm not picky, I'll take them all. I just want to perform, and if it's not happening any other way, then I'm going to make it happen. The last goal I wanted to focus on was movement. And the goal was to do cardio twice a week and strength training twice a week, and to try to fit in a little bit of dancing, because it's good for stress relief, as many days as possible. Of course, it was not as possible this month because I was sick, and even though I was pretty okay again after 2 weeks, it has taken my body some time to feel okay again. So I have been doing a lot of walking, because that feels good, and also because that's something that I just kind of have to do, partially for getting places in my city, but also because I have a somewhat physical job. So I've been focusing on doing what feels good, and occasionally I've been dancing, not straining myself very much, just for like a song, 2 songs, 3 songs maybe. But the full-on cardio and strength training has not happened this month. I have to admit that. That's just the way it is sometimes, you know, these unforeseen circumstances happen, and then you just have to cope and deal with them. And it's not a big deal, honestly. Like, it's fine. It's not like time is running away from me in the end, though I am trying to, of course, improve my life in these 5 months, and 2 are already over now. Going forward, especially next month, or rather this month, because it's already October has just started, I will be focusing on moving my body a little more, especially when to focus on dancing regularly, because that regulates my stress and the pressure I often feel, and makes my head a bit quieter and my body a little less tense. I will slowly work on getting into some cardio and some strength exercises again. They're important, but they're not my first priority. My first priority is to get rid of stress and to move my body. And these are the strength training, the cardio are things I want to do on top of that. And we will, but it's going to take a little bit of time to slide back into them. So I would say for the month of October, my main focus will be performance, because November, December, there's not going to be as much possibility to focus on it. So we're going to focus on it now. I do want to keep up with the good work with staying away from my phone a little more. I also would really like to incorporate more physical activity wherever I can. I know it's not always going to be possible, but I'm going to try my best. As for the loneliness and disconnectedness, I will try wherever I have opportunities to meet new people, to connect with new people. And sometimes that's going to be easier and sometimes it's just going to be harder. I don't know how that's going to go yet, but I will keep looking for places to meet people for sure, so that I don't leave it just to coincidence, because that's often not how this works. This is it for my 2-month update. Oh goodness, that's so crazy. This is what happened in September. And I will see you again in about 4 weeks. And I hope you keep dreaming and you keep making your dreams come true. See ya, bye! HSA.